and the tale of Sweeney Todd. His skin was pale and his eye was odd. He shaved the faces of gentlemen who never thereafter were heard of again. He trod a path that few have trod. It's Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
He kept a shop in London town, of fancy clients in good renown. And what if none of their souls were saved? They went to their maker impeccably shaved. By Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
An apron, a towel, a pail, and a mop.
Our nameless he deserves a nod to Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. Inconspicuous Sweeney was, quick and quiet and clean he was, back with a smile under his word. Sweeney heard music that nobody heard. Sweeney barber and Sweeney, like the perfect machine he was. Sweeney was slow, Sweeney was like an ass to slow. Inconspicuous Sweeney was, quick and quiet and clean he was. Sweeney was, Sweeney was, Sweeney was, Sweeney was, Sweeney was, Sweeney was, Sweeney, Sweeney, Sweeney.
Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd.
Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd.
He served a dark and a vengeful God.
He served a dark and a vengeful God.
What happened then? Well, that's the play, and he wouldn't want us to give it away. Not Sweeney.
Not Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
Mr. Todd, sir.
You are young. Life has been kind to you. You will learn. This here we go our several ways. Farewell, Antony. I will not soon forget the good ship Bountiful, nor the young man who saved my life.
There's no cause to thank me for that, sir. You'd have been a poor Christian indeed who saw you hitching and tossing on that raft and not giving the alarm.
As many a Christian would have done just that. Not lost a week's sleep for it either.
How would you like a little swim, dear? A little kick, a little bounce around me, push. Wouldn't you like to push me crumpet? It looks to me, dear, that you got plenty there to push.
woman! Off with you! Off, I say!
Then how would you like to fish me swift? Mr. We'll go
Off!
catch another!
I say to the devil with you!
Pardon me, sir, but there's no need to fear the likes of her. She's only a half-crazed beggar woman. London's full of them.
I beg your indulgence, boy. My mind is far from easy. For in these once familiar streets, I feel the chill of ghostly shadows everywhere. Forgive me.
Oh, sir, but there's nothing to forgive.
Farewell. And
Mr. Todd, before we part,
what is it?
I have honored my promise never to question you. Whatever brought you to that sorry shipwreck is your affair. And yet, during the many weeks of the journey home, I've come to think of you as a friend. And if trouble lies ahead for you in London, if you need money or help or...
No! There's a hole in the world like a great black pit, and the vermin of the world inhabit it, and its maws aren't worth what a pig could spit, and it goes by the name of London. At the top of the hole sits the privileged few, making mock of the vermin in the lower zoo, turning beauty into filth and greed. I, too, have sailed the world and seen its wonders. The cruelty of men is as wondrous as cruel, but there's no place like London. There was a barber and his wife, and she was beautiful. A foolish barber and his wife, she was his reason and his life, and she was beautiful, and she was virtuous, and he was naive. There was another man who saw that she was beautiful, a pious vulture of the law, who, with a gesture of his claw, removed the barber from his blade. Then there was nothing but to wait, and she would fall, so soft, so young, so lost and oh so beautiful.
And the lady, sir, did she succumb?
Oh, that was many years ago. I doubt if anyone would know. Now leave me, Anthony, I beg of you. There's somewhere I must go, something I must find out now, and alone.
Surely we'll meet again before I'm off to Plymouth.
If you want, you may well find me. Around Fleet Street, I shouldn't wonder.
Well, until then, Mr. Todd.
There's a hole in the world like a great black pit, and it's filled with people who are filled with shit, and the vermin of the world inhabit it.
A customer! Wait!
the shop? Times are so hard. Why don't you rent it out? Should bring in something.
Up there? Oh, no one will go near it. People think it's haunted. You see, years ago, something happened up there. Something not very nice. There was a barber and his wife, and he was beautiful, a proper artist with a knife, but they transported him for life, and he was beautiful. Barker his name was, Benjamin Barker.
Transported? What was his crime?
Foolishness. He had this wife, you see, pretty little thing, silly little nit, had her chance for the moon on a string. Poor thing, poor thing. There were these two, you see, wanted to like mad. One of them a judge, t'other one is beadle. Every day they'd nudge and they'd wheedle, but she wouldn't budge from her needle. Too bad, pure thing. So they nearly shipped the poor blighter all south they did, leaving her with nothing but grief and a year-old kid. Did she use a remedy even then? And now God forbid. Poor fool. Oh, but there was worse yet to come. Poor thing. Joanna. That was the child's name. Pretty little Joanna.
Go on.
Oh, you do love a good story now, don't you? The beadle called on her all her life. Poor thing, poor thing. The judge, she tells her, is all contrived. He blames himself for a dreadful fight. She must come straight to his house tonight. Poor thing, poor thing. Of course, when she goes there, poor thing, they're having this ball all in Mars. There's no one she knows there, poor thing. She wanders tormented and drinks, poor thing. The judge has repented, she thinks, poor thing. Oh, we're in Dutch when she asks. He was there all right, only not so contrite. She wasn't the match for the prophecy, and everyone thought him so droll. They figured she had to be doctor's feet, so all of them stood there and laughed to see. Oh no, a poor
Would no one have mercy on her?
So it is you, Benjamin Barker.
Not Barker. Not Barker. Todd now. Sweeney Todd. Where is she?
I'm so changed. Good God, what did they do to you down there in bloody Australia?
Where is my wife? Where's my Lucy?
She poisoned herself. Arsenic from the apothecary on the corner. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen.
And my daughter.
Joanna, he's got her.
He, Judge Turpin.
Well, even he had a conscience tucked away, I suppose. Adopted her like his own. You could say it was good luck for her. Almost.
15 years sweating in a living hell on a trumped up charge. 15 years dreaming that perhaps I might come home to a loving wife and child. No! Them quaking there, both Judge Turpin and the Beetle, for their hour has come.
You're gonna get him. You, a bleeding little nobody or a runaway convict. Don't make me laugh. You'll never get his high and mightiness, nor the Beetle neither. Not in a million years. You got any money? Listen to me. You got any money?
No money.
Then how you gonna live even?
I'll live I have to sweat in the sewers or in the plague hospital. I'll live, and I'll have them!
Oh, you poor thing. You poor thing. Wait. You see, it don't have to be the sewers or the plague hospital. When they come for the little girl, I hid them. I thought, who knows? Maybe the poor silly blighter will be back someday and need them. Cracked in the head, wasn't I? Times as bad as they are, I could have got 5, maybe 10 quid for them. You see, you can be a father again. My, them handles is chased silver, ain't they?
Silver? Yes. These are my friends. See how they glisten. See this sunshine, how he smiles in the light. My friend, my faithful friend. Speak to me, friend. Whisper, I listen. I know you've been lost out of sight all these years. Like me, my friend. Well, I've come home to find you waiting. Home, and we're together, and we'll do wonders, won't we? There, my friend.
I'm your friend.
Come, let me hold you.
If you only knew,
Now
Mr.
with a
Todd,
sigh,
Mr. Todd, you're warm
in my hand, my friend, my clever friend. Rest now, my friend.
Never you fear, Mr.
I'll
Todd.
unfold
You can move in here,
you
Mr.
look
Todd.
splendid.
But you
You
never
never
had
had me all your days, my lucky friend. Till now your shine was merely silver. Friends, you shall tread rubies. You'll soon tread precious At last my arm is complete again. Voice was soft as manna mild.
Seen how civilized men behave, he never forgot and he never forgave. The Sweeney Todd.
Unseen in Barbara Fleet Street.
And how are they today?
How hungry as always, Miss Joanna.
Green finch and lady bird, nightingale,
the rubies of Tibet. But not even in London have I seen such a wonder. Lady, look at me, miss, oh look at me, please. Oh, favor me with your glance. Ah, miss, what do you see there in those trees? Oh, won't you give me a chance? Who would sail to Spain for all its wonders when in Clear's Lane lies a great wonder yet? Ah, miss, look at you, pale and ivory-skinned. Oh, look at you, looking so sad, so queer. Promise not to retreat to the darkness back of your window. Not till you look down here. Look at me. Look at me.
Turpin's house, that is.
And the young lady who resides there?
Oh, her? That's Joanna, his pretty little lord. But don't you go trespassing there, young man. Not if you value your hide. Tamper there, and there's a good whipping for you. Or any other youth with mischief on his mind. There's my sailor boy, snugly armored, up the gate for time straight. I see a list of diamonds!
Here! Off! Be off with you! Sir, look, which one seems the sweetest? All's the same, sir. 6pence and cheap at the price. This one sings bravely, but why does he batter his wings so wildly against the bars? We blind him, sir. It's what we always do. Being blind and not knowing if it's night or day, they sing and sing without stopping. Pretty creatures. Well, have pleasure of the bird, sir.
Other neighbor's street. Rue the day that you were born. Is that plain enough speaking for you?
But sir, I swear to you, there's nothing in my heart but the most respectful sentiments of...
Dispose of him.
Dear, I knew.
You heard his worship?
But friend, I have no argument with you.
Get the gist of it, friend. Next time it'll be your neck.
Joanna, I would hate to think that you encouraged that young rogue.
Dear father, I hope always to be obedient to your commands.
Dear child, you look in that light muslin gown.
Up to me like sheep, to be sure.
No, look, it's the beetle! Beetle Bamford!
So much the better.
What if he recognises you?
I will do what I have set out to do, woman.
Oh, sorry, dear, I'm sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Do you wake every morning in shame and despair to discover your pillow is covered with hair? Well, I'm not to be there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, from now on you can wake your knees. You need never again have a worry or care. I will show you a miracle marvelous rare. Gentlemen, you are about to see something that rose from the dead. On the top of my head. Scarcely a month ago, gentlemen, I was struck with a horrible dermatologic disease. Though the finest physicians in London were called, I awakened one morning amazed and appalled to discover with dread that my head was as bald as a novice's knee. I was dying a shame till a gentleman came, an illustrious barber, Pirelli by name. He gave me a liquid as precious as gold. I rub it in daily like what I was told. And behold, only 30 days old. Was Pirelli's miracle elixir, that's what did the trick, sir. True, sir, true. Was it quick, sir? Made it in a tick, sir. Just like an elixir ought to do. How about a bottle, mister? Only cost a penny, Gary. halfway there like Shelley's. You can tell he's used Pirelli's.
Let me have a bottle, take that. Monday, man, what's that awful stench?
Pirelli's miracle elixir. Anything what slicks suits sprouts curls. Try Pirelli's when they see how fixer. You can have your fixer of that girl.
What is this?
I'll take it for a
Smells like
Smells like
It smells like piss. Piss to the... Let me have that bottle. I don't want to drink this.
Pirelli's activate your roots, sir.
Keep it off your boots, sir. It's right.
Don't get rowdy. Pirelli's use a bottle of it. Ladies into love it.
Flies to death. Get the money over. Get the money over.
Pirelli's miracle elixir. Rub a little mixer, then some fuzz. See Pirelli's will make a mixer. Like a good elixir always does. Trust Pirelli's get together mixer. Mix it in the mixer. Don't you print. Just Pirelli's miracle elixir. That's the trick, sir. If you got a kick, sir. Tell it to the mixer. If you got a kick, sir. Talk to him. I am a Dutch of Pirelli, the king of the barber kings of one. John, oh good day. I know you a kiss. I'm the famous Pirelli. I wish I don't know how to never to say my elixir is a pizza. Who says that is?
I do. I am Mr. Sweeney Todd, and I have opened a bottle of Pirelli's elixir, and I say to you it is nothing but an arrant fraud, concocted from piss and ink.
He's right. Phew! Better to throw your money down the sewer.
Ladies and gentlemen, pay no attention to that madman. Who's to be first for a magnificent
And
shave?
furthermore, I have serviced no kings, yet I wager that I can shave a cheek with 10 times more dexterity than any street mountebank. You see these razors?
The finest in England.
I lay them against 5 pounds. You are no match for me. You hear me, sir? Either accept my challenge or reveal yourself a sham.
Bravo! Bravo!
These are indeed fine razors. Instruments like this once seen cannot be soon forgotten. You wager these against the 5 pound, sir?
I do.
You hear this foolish man. Watch and see how he will regret his folly. 5 pounds it is.
Friends, neighbors, who's for a free shave? Over here. Bring your chair.
Boy, bring the basin. Bring the towels. Yes, sir. Quick.
Will Beadle Bamford be the judge?
So glad as always to oblige my friends and neighbors. Push it back. Ready?
Ready.
Ready. The fastest, smoothest shave is the winner.
Now, signorini, signori, remix of the ladder, because to you gather around, signorini, signori, you're looking upon who have had the glory to share the pub, Mrs. Sweeney, whoever I beg you pardon, will probably say it was only a cotton of love. It was at a pub. To shave the face, to pull in the require the grace, and not the truth. Well, if you slip, you nip the skin, you slip with the chin, you nip with the lip of it, and that's the truth. To shave the face, or even a part, without the smart, require the heart. You take it on, I show you a chart. I study anatomy in my youth.
Sir, I bow to a skill far defter than my own.
The £5.
Here, sir, and may the good Lord smile on you until we meet again. Come by! Signori! Bellissima, signore! Buongiorno! Buongiorno a tutti!
Oh, sir! Mr. Todd, sir! Do you have an establishment of your own?
He certainly does. Sweeney Todd's tonsorial parlour above my meat pie shop on Fleet Street.
Mr. Todd! Strange, sir, but it seems your face is known to me.
Him? That's a laugh. Him being my uncle's cousin and arrived from Birmingham yesterday.
But already, sir, I have heard Beadle Bamford spoken of with great respect.
Well, I try my best for my neighbors. Over your pie shop, ma'am, on Fleet Street.
That's it, sir.
Well then, Mr. Todd, you will surely see me there before the week is out.
Oh, you will be welcome, Beadle Bamford, and I guarantee to give you, without a penny's charge, the closest shave you will ever know.
Sweeney pondered and Sweeney planned like a perfect machine. He planned. Bombing the hole, baiting the trap,
Setting it out for the beetle to snap.
slyly cornered him. Sweeney did, trapped as one of the scene.
Laying the trail, showing the traces, letting it lead to higher places.
Playing the trail, showing the traces, letting it lead to higher places. Playing the trail and showing the traces, setting it lead to higher
Mea culpa, mea maxima culpa, mea maxima culpa. God, deliver me, release me, forgive me, pervade me, restrain me. Joanna, so suddenly a woman, the light behind your window, it penetrates your gown. Joanna, the sun, I see the sun through your... God, deliver me, down. Joanna, I watch you from the shadows, I sigh before the window, and gaze upon the town. Your lips hot, Joanna, so young and soft and beautiful. Joanna, I treasured you in innocence and loved you like a daughter. Mock me, Joanna, you tempt me with your innocence, you tempt me with your quivering. Oh, God, deliver me, it will stop, now it will stop, right now, right now, right now. Joanna, I cannot keep you longer. The world is at your window. You want to fly away. You stir me, Joanna, so suddenly a woman. I cannot watch you one more day. God, Joanna. gem, with your soft, white, cool, virgin arms.
Arms for a miserable woman.
How many times have I told you I'll not have trash from the gutter hanging around my establishment?
Not just a penny, dear, or a pie. One of them pies that gives crumbs to half the neighborhood. Oh, come on, dear. Have a heart, dear.
Off with you! Oh, you'll get a kick on the rump that'll make your teeth chatter.
You stuck-up thing! You and your fancy hands!
It's not much of a chair, but it'll do till you get your fancy new one. It was me poor Albert's chair, it was. Sat in it all day long, he did. After his leg gave out from the dropsy. Kind of bare, isn't it? I never did like a bare room. Oh well, we'll just get some nice little knickknacks.
Why doesn't the beetle come? Before the week is out, that's what he said.
Who says the week is out yet? It's only Friday. Easy now, hush love hush. Don't distress yourself, what's your rush? Keep your thoughts nice and lush. Wait. Hush love hush, think it through. Once it bubbles, then wants to do. Watch it close, let it through. Wait. I've been thinking flowers might be daisies to brighten up the room. Don't you think some flowers, pretty daisies, might relieve the gloom? Of late, long way.
And the joint? When will I get him?
Can't you think of nothing else? Always brooding away on your wrongs what happened heaven knows how many years ago. Slow, love, slow. Time's so fast. Now goes quickly. See, now it's past. Soon will come. Soon will last. Wait. Don't you know, silly man? Half the fun is to plan the plan. All good things come to those who can wait. Gilly flowers, maybe, instead of daisies. I don't know, though. What do you think?
Yes.
Gilly flowers, I'd say. Nothing like a nice bowl of gillies.
Anthony.
Mr. Todd, I've paced Fleet Street a dozen times with no success. But now the sign, in business already.
Yes.
I congratulate you. And,
Mrs. Lovett, sir.
a pleasure, ma'am. Oh, Mr. Todd, I have so much to tell you. I have met the fairest and most loving maid any man could dream of. And yet there are problems. She has a guardian so tyrannical that she's kept shut up from human eye. But this morning, this key fell from the shuttered window. The surest sign that Joanna loves me. and-
Joanna?
That's her name, ma'am. And Turpin, that of the abominable parent. A judge, it seems, but as I said, a monstrous tyrant. Oh, Mr. Todd, once the judge has gone off to court, I shall sneak into the house and plead with her to fly with me tonight. But once I have her, where can I bring her until I have hired a coach to speed us back to Plymouth? Oh, Mr. Todd, if I could bring her here just for an hour or two.
Bring her, dear.
Thanks, ma'am. Do I have your consent, Mr. Todd?
The girl may come.
Oh, I shall be grateful for this to the grave. But now I must hurry, for surely the judge will be off to the Old Bailey. and 1,000 blessings on you both.
Oh, Joanna! Who'd have thought it? It's like fate, isn't it? You'll have her back before the day is out.
For a few hours, before he carries her off to the other end of England.
That's Tyler. Let him bring her here. And since you're so hot for a little... That's the throat to slit, dear. Oh, we'll make a lovely home for her. You and me, Mr. T. Poor thing. All those years and not a scrap of motherly affection. Well, I'll soon change all that, I will. For if ever there was a maternal heart, it's mine.
Good morning, Mr. Todd. And to you, bellissima signorina.
How do you do, Signor, I'm sure.
A little business with Mr. Todd, Signora. Perhaps if you will give us permission.
Oh, yes, indeed. I'll just pop on down to my pies. Lorks, look at it now. Don't look like it's had a kind word since 9:30. What would you say, son, to a nice juicy meat pie, eh?
Oh, yes, Mum.
Then come with me, love. I hope your teeth are strong.
Mr. Todd.
Signor Pirelli.
Oh, call me Danny. Daniel O'Higgins, the name when it's not professional. Well, not much, but I imagine you'll pretty it up a bit. I'd like me 5 quid back, if you don't mind.
Why?
That's my boy. Tuck in.
You'll hold me over till your customers start coming. Then it's half your profits you'll hand over to me every week on a Friday. Share and share alike. All right? Mr. Benjamin Barker.
Why do you call me that?
Well, at least you got a nice full head of hair on you.
Well, to tell you the truth, Mum, it's awful lot.
You don't remember. Why should you? I was just a down-and-out Irish lad you hired for a couple of weeks, sweeping up hair and such like. Oh, but I remember these. And you, Benjamin Barker, later transported to Botany Bay for life. So, Mr. Todd, is it a deal, or do I run down the street from me pal, Beetle Bamper? You thinky you smart. You foolish boy. Tomorrow you start in my employ. You understand? You like my plan?
Oh, God! He's got an appointment with his tailor. If he's late, and it's my fault. You don't know him.
Well, not too, dear, I'm sure.
Signor, it's late. The tailor, sir. Oh, me weak. Signor, I did like you said. I reminded you, sir. The tailor. Ow! He ain't here.
Signor Pirelli has been called away.
Where'd you go?
He didn't say. You'd better run after him.
Oh, no, sir. Knowing him, sir, without orders to the contrary, I best wait for him here.
So, Mrs. Lovett gave you a pie, did she?
Oh, yes, sir. She's a real kind lady. One whole pie.
Whole pie. Well, that's a treat. And yet, if I know a growing boy, there's still room for more, eh?
I'd say, sir, an aching boy.
Ah, then why don't you run downstairs and wait for your master there? There'll be another pie in it for you, I'm sure. Oh, and tell Mrs. Lovett to give you a nice big tot of gin.
Oh, gin, sir. Thanking you, sir. Thanking you kindly. Gin, you're a Christian indeed, sir. Mum, the gentleman says to give me a nice tot of gin, Mum.
Gin, dear? Why not?
His hands were quick, his fingers strong. It stung a little, but not for long.
And those who thought of a simple claw were soon reconsidering under the sod.
Consigned
and there went the friendly prod from Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. See your razor gleam, Sweeney, feel how well it fits, as it floats across the throats of hypocrites.
This is the 4th time, sir, that you have been brought before this bench. Though it is my earnest wish ever to temper justice with mercy, your persistent dedication to a life of crime is such an abomination before God and man that I have no alternative but to sentence you to hang by the neck until you are dead. Court adjourned. It is perhaps remiss of me to close the court so early, but the stench of those miserable wretches before the bar was so offensive to my nostrils that I feared my eagerness for fresher air might well impair the soundness of my judgment.
Well, sir, the adjournment is fortunate for me, sir, for it's today we celebrate my sweet little Annie's birthday, and to have her daddy back so soon to hug and kiss her will be the crowning joy on such a happy day.
It is a happy moment for me, too. Walk home with me, for I have news for you. In order to shield her from the evils of this world, I have decided to marry Joanna next Monday.
Oh, well, sir, happy news indeed.
Strange. When I offered myself to her, she showed a certain reluctance. But that's natural enough in a young girl. Now that she has had time for reflection, I am sure that she will look upon my proposal in a more sensible frame of mind.
He means to marry me Monday. What shall I do? I'd rather
I have a plan.
Swallow poison on Sunday. That's what I'll do. I'll get so
I have
high.
a plan.
But there was that noise.
A plan.
I think I heard a noise.
plan.
Could it be? He's in court. He's in court today. So that was a noise. Was it not a noise? You must have heard that.
Kiss me,
Oh, sir.
a miss.
Oh, sir. If he should marry me Monday, what will I do? I'll die of grief. Tis Friday, virtually Sunday. What can we do with time so brief?
Tonight.
We had a curtain cut.
Tonight.
I think I heard it cut.
Tonight.
It was the gate. It's the gate. 'Cause we don't have a gate.
The gate.
It was a will.
The gate.
It was a will.
Kiss me.
Tonight.
Kiss me.
Me tonight.
The plan is
Oh,
made,
sir.
so kiss me.
I've been a bride.
I'm not afraid tonight of me. It's me you'll marry on Monday, that's what you'll do.
And gladly,
She's
sir.
sunset new.
I knew I'd be with you one day, even not knowing who you were.
Miss, marry me, marry me, Monday, beg me,
We're in debt ourselves.
Marry me, marry me, marry me.
Kiss me.
Of course,
Kiss me.
you're sure
Kiss me.
I shall.
Kiss me. Oh,
Yes, yes. But surely the respect that she owes me as her guardian should be sufficient to kindle in her a more tender emotion.
Excuse me, my lord, may I request, my lord, permission, my lord, to speak? Forgive me if I request, my lord, you're looking less than your best, my lord. There's powder upon your chest, my lord, and stubble upon your cheek. And ladies, my lord, are weak.
Perhaps if she greets me cordially upon my return, I should give her a small gift.
when a girl's emergent, probably it's urgent. You defer to her gentility, my lord. Personal disorder cannot be ignored, given their genteel proclivities. Meaning no offense, it happens they resent it, ladies in their sensitivities, my lord.
Stubble, you say? Well, perhaps at times I am a little over-hasty with my morning ablution.
Fret not, though, my lord, I know a place, my lord, a bargain, my lord, of skill. Thus armed with a shaven face, my lord, some eau de cologne to brace, my lord, and must to enhance the chase, my lord, you'll dazzle the girl until she bows to your every will.
That may well be so.
Well, here we are, sir, and I bid you good day.
Good day. And where is this miraculous barber?
Oh, in Fleet Street, sir.
Perhaps you may be right. Take me to him.
Like what? Whatever mind, just a noise. What's a mind? It's a noise. Just another noise. Something in the street. Will you kiss me? You go to Paris on Monday. What shall I wear? I dare very well. You ride a train. You beside me on Sunday. What will I care? What things I must. I'll take my reticule.
What is a reticule? We'll buy a reticule. I never think you're a fool. What's a reticule? Leave it all the time. Never give it. Kiss me.
Kiss me.
I know a place where we can go tonight. Kiss me. We have a place where we can go tonight. I love you even as I saw you, even as it did not matter that I did not know you. Anthony!
I'll marry Anthony someday. What's not to no matter what?
I knew I'd come to you one day, only I'll pray that before God. Marry me someday, faithfully bear your hand. Marry me someday. Enough of all this.
Maybe you better run along, dear.
Oh no, but I daren't budge till he calls for me.
Well, I'll just pop up and see what Mr. Todd says. Oh, me poor knees ain't what they used to be, dear. How long before the Italian gets back?
He won't be back.
Now, Mr. T, you didn't. You crazy man! Killing a man what done you no harm! And the boy downstairs!
He recognized me from the old days. Tried to blackmail me. Half my earnings forever.
Well, that's a different matter. Oh, what a relief. For a moment I thought you'd lost your marbles. Ooh, look at all that blood. Enough to make it come all over goose flesh, ain't it? Poor bugger. Ah, well. Oh, 3 quid? Well, waste not, want not, I always say. Now, dear, we got to use the old noggin.
There it is, sir. Just above the pie shop, sir.
I see. You may leave me now.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, first, there's the lad.
Send him up here.
Him too? Surely one's enough for today, dear. Shouldn't indulge yourself, you know. Now let me see. He's half seas over already with the gin.
Providence is kind.
The judge.
Judge Turpin!
To,
Quick, leave me.
What are you gonna do?
Leave me, I said.
Don't worry, dear. I'm out. Excuse me, your lordship.
Mr. Todd, sir.
At your service, sir. An honor to receive your patronage, sir.
Now, dear, it seems like your governor has gone and left you high and dry. But don't you worry. Your Aunt Nellie is gonna think of what to do with you. Come with me into my lovely back parlor. Come on, come. Oh, the bottle's empty. Go wait in there like a good, quiet boy. Go, and I'll get us a new bottle from the larder.
These premises hardly seem prepossessing. And yet, the beadle assures me that you are the most accomplished of all the barbers in the city.
Oh, that is gracious of him, sir. And you must please excuse the modesty of my establishment. It's only a few days ago that I set up quarters here, and some necessaries are yet to come. Sit, sir, if you please, sir. Sit. And what may I do for you, sir? A stylish trimming of the hair? A soothing skin massage?
You see, sir, a man infatuate with love, her ardent and eager slave. So fetch the pomade and pumice stone, and lend me a more seductive tone, a sprinkling, perhaps, of French cologne. But first, sir, I think a shave.
The closest I ever gave.
You're in a very mood today, Mr. Todd.
'Tis your delights a catching fire from one man to the next.
'Tis true, sir, thou canst feel inspire the blood to pound the heartly fire. What more
can a man require?
Love, sir.
More than love, sir.
What, sir?
Women.
Ah, yes, women.
Pretty women. La 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 la.
Sir.
My lord! And may it be said as your intended, sir.
My lord. Pretty as a rosebud.
As pretty as her mother?
What's that?
Oh, nothing, sir. Nothing. May we proceed? Pretty women. Fascinating. Sipping coffee, dancing, pretty women are a wonder. Pretty women sitting in the window, standing on the stair, something in them. She's the air.
within you.
Dancing,
Stay forever.
breathing lightly.
Pretty women, going out there, candles are coming out there. Even when they leave, they still are there. They're there, pretty women at their
He sang on, let's rise an hour, thinking of watching how they play.
dancing roof of heaven as you're living. Pretty women, sir, pretty women, yes, pretty women,
There may someday everything set we reunite.
You!
Shut it, Chapman!
There is indeed a higher power to warn me thus in time. Joanna, elope with you? Deceiving slut. I'll knock her away in some obscure retreat where neither you nor any other vile, corrupting youth shall ever lay eyes on her again.
But, sir, I beg of you.
And as for you, Barbara, it's all too clear what company you keep. Service them well and hold to their custom, or you'll have none of mine.
Mr. Todd?
out, I say out!
Who misgot it and shouted there? What's the matter now?
I had them and then...
The sailor busted in. I saw them both running down the street, and I said to myself, oh, the bats in the fire for sure.
I had them! Still was there, but anyway.
And then...
I had them! Still was there, and they'll never come again. Black cakes of the field with people who are filled with shit of the vermin of the world inhabit it. All is dead and die! Because all the whole human race was different who does a man and only two. This one thing put his problem place, one with his foot in the other one's face. Give me Mrs. Hoffman in you all. Now we all deserve. Even you, is he coming? I thought the should be made free for the rest of us. Death will fail in me. You all deserve to die. Never see Joanna. No, I'll never hunt my girl to be finished. All right, you sir, how about a shave? Come and visit your good friends. Who, sir? You, sir? Welcome to the grave. I will have vengeance. I will have salvation. Who, sir? You, sir? Come to the chair. Come on, come on. Please, waiting. You, sir? Everybody, gentlemen, now don't be shy. Practice on this honorable throat, and my Lord rise in ashes, and I'll never see my girl again. But wait, I'm alive at last, and I'm full of
That's all very well. But all that matters now is him. Listen, can you hear me? do about him. And there's the lad downstairs. We'd better go and have a look and be sure he's still there. When I left him, he was sound asleep in my parlor. Come on! No problem there. He's still sleeping. He's simple as a baby lamb. Later I can fob him off with some story easy. But him, what are we gonna do about him?
Later on, when it's dark, we'll take him to some secret place and bury him.
Yes, of course. We could do that. I don't suppose there's any relatives gonna come poking around looking for him. But you know me, bright ideas just pop into my head. And I was thinking, seems an awful shame.
Shame?
Seems an awful waste. Such a nice plump brain, what's his name has. Nor it can't be traced. Business needs a lift. Debts to be erased. Think of it as thrift, as a gift, if you get my drift. No, seems an awful waste. I mean, with the price of meat, what it is, when you get it, if you get it. Good, you got it. Take for instance Mrs. Mooney at a pie shop. Business never better, using only pussycats and toast. And the pussy's good for maybe 6 or 7 at the most. And I'm sure it can't compare as far as taste.
Mrs. Lovett, what a charming notion.
Well, it does seem always.
Real as always. Mrs. Lovett, how I
It's
never
an idea.
Yes, I'll never know.
Think
How
about it. Lots of other gentlemen will still be coming for a flight.
How choice, how rare. Oh, what's the sound of the world out there?
What, Mr. Todd, what is that sound?
Those crunching noises pervading the air.
Yes, Mr. Todd, yes, all around.
It's man devouring man, my dear. And who are we to deny it here? These are desperate times, Mrs. Lovett, and desperate measures must be taken.
And here we are, hot out of the oven.
What is that?
It's priest, our little priest.
Is it really good?
Sir, it's too good, at least. Then again, they don't come in sins of the flesh, so it's pretty fresh.
Awful lot of fat.
Only where it's at.
Haven't you got poet or something like that?
No, you see, the trouble with poet is how do you know it's deceased? Try the priest.
Heavenly. Not as hearty as bishop, perhaps, but not as bland as curate either.
Good for business, too. Always leaves you wanting more. Trouble is, we only get it on Sundays. Lawyer's rather nice.
Price.
Order something else, though, to follow, since no one should swallow it twice.
Anything that's lean.
If you're British and loyal, you might enjoy Royal Marine. Anyway, it's clean. No one calls it Tyson wherever it's been.
Is that squire on the fire?
Mercy, no, sir, look closer. You'll notice it's grosser.
Looks thicker, more like vicar.
No, it has to be grosser. It's green.
The history of the world, my love.
Save a lot of graves, do a lot of relatives' favors.
Is those below serving those up above?
Everybody shaves, so there should be plenty of flavor.
How gratifying for once to know that those above will serve those down below.
Now, let me see. We've got Tinker,
No. Something pinker,
Tailor,
paler,
Butler,
subtle,
Potter,
hotter.
Locksmith. Lovely bit of clock.
Maybe for a lark.
Then again, this sweet kid, you want a cheap and you like a dog. Try the financier, peak of his career.
That looks pretty rank.
Was drank into bank cashier. Never really sold. Mind me, it was old.
Have you any beetle?
Next week, so I'm told. Beetle isn't bad till you smell it, and you notice how well it's been greased. Stick to priest. Now, this one might be a bit stringy, but then again, it's fiddle player.
No. This isn't fiddle player. It's piccolo player.
Well, how can you tell?
It's piping hot.
Then blow on it first.
The history of the world, my sweet,
Oh, Mr. Todd, Mr. Todd, what does it tell?
is who gets eaten and who gets to eat.
And Mr. Todd, too, Mr. Todd, who gets to sell?
But fortunately, it's also clear that everybody goes down well with beer.
Now, since Marine doesn't appeal to you, how about Rear Admiral?
Too salty. I prefer general.
With or without his privates? Privates!
What is that?
It's up, finest in the shop. Then we have some shepherd's pie peppers with actual shepherds on top. And after the gun, it's a from the taste and sound oily. It's served with a doily, not one.
Put it on a bun. Well, you never know if it's going to run.
Fryer, 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 fryer.
No, the clergy is really too coarse and too nearly.
That actor, that's the actor.
Yes, it always arrives overdone. I'll come again when you have judge on the menu.
Wait, true we don't have judge yet. But would you settle for the next best thing?
And what's that?
Executioner.
Have charity towards the world, my pet.
Yes, yes, I know, my love.
We'll take the customers that we can get.
I want as low, my love.
We'll not discriminate great from small. No, we'll serve anyone, meaning anyone, not to anyone at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Are your nostrils a quivering tingling as well as the delicate flashes of rose hill smell? Yes, they are, I can tell. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let a road be attention, please. It's like rubbing your hair and tucking a close story wonderful things. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't imagine the rapture in store. Just inside of this door. This love is sweet wine, they see and sweet pies, you should see. Pies, this love is sweet pies, conjure up the treat pies, yes.
I've been waiting all day for the children here by now. They'll come back when it comes.
We are getting on with that I beg your pardon. The answer's theory. Tell me, grandfather gentleman, don't you love the garden? Oh, it makes me teary. Must be one of the foreigners. That's good, that is delicious. What's my secret? Frankly, you forgive my cat, the family secret. All to do with herbs. Things like being careful with your coriander. That's what makes the fried me grander. More hot boys, more hots, more boys. Excuse me, do you see to the customers? What now, the quick, now the tribe is brisk. It's where?
Not the stair.
Get rid of this nonsense, it's still pretty hot.
It's about to be opened, or don't you care? But we have to prepare.
Tell me, hoping it's ready, let's talk about that loony. Look, it's all so weary. Oh well, goes I come up and said that's a big prophet said, that's good, such is it. Have you delicious ever tasted snow such? Oh my God, what more? That's spice good.
Is that a champion for a king? A wondrous feat and the most particular gem. You tell me where is the receipt? Can have no pen with this particular thing. I have a few minor adjustments to make. They'll take
your time, I'll now speak to the customers.
I have another friend.
Is there a pie fit for a king? A wondrous sweet and most particular. Yum, you see, mum, why there is no meat pie. Yum, it's perfect, this is gorgeous. Yum, the crust, yum, melt, your baby, yum, that gravy, those drinks, and then your fix, such a pretty and one save and fry, one clip sound, it's so tired, and you
Excuse me, do you see to the customers? All set up.
Quick,
Holy horse of flutter. When you pound the floor. If you tell me I know you'll be ready to go. When you down the floor, will you trust me?
I just want to be sure.
Wait to be done with
You're
the
certain that you're in place. I'll count 3 times. 3 times. And then you 3 times. If you exactly.
More hot boys, more hots, more boys, more
everyone's surprised. Eat them slow, cause that's a lot. Now they sold in calm again tomorrow.
more hot boys. Bless my eyes. Fresh supplies. Yum, and the
That a pie fit for a king. Oh, yum, crispy and yum, yum, chicken yum, yum, you see, but God, there's no meat pie.
No, me, throw the old woman out.
That's good, that is deep, and you delicious, never tasted, smell such. Oh my God, what perfect, more than spice and flavor. God, that's good.
in the dark beside you. There beat sweetly in your yellow hair.
And are you beautiful and pale, with yellow hair like her? I want you beautiful and pale, the way I dreamed you were, Joanna. And if you're beautiful, what then? Yellow hair like wheat. I think we shall not meet again, my little dove, my sweet Joanna. Goodbye, Joanna. You're gone and yet you're mine. I'm fine, Joanna.
Smoke, smoke, sign of the devil, city on fire. Witch, witch, smell it, smell an evil smell. Every night it's a vesper spell. Smoke that comes through the mouth of hell. City on fire, city on fire. Mischief, mischief, mischief.
And if I never hear your voice, my turtle dove, my dear, I still have reason to rejoice. The way ahead is clear, Joanna. And in that darkness when I'm blind, what I can't forget, Lord, it's always running in my mind. My little lamb, my pet, Joanna. You stay, Joanna, the way I dreamed you are. Oh, look, Joanna, a star. A shooting star.
There, there, somebody look up there. Didn't I tell you, smell that air? City on fire. Quick, down, run, count, warn them all of the witches still. There 'tis, the unholy spell. Tell them to be the police as well. Tell them, help me. City on fire. City on fire. Mischief, mischief, mischief.
And though I'll think of you, I guess, until the day I die, I think I miss you less and less as every day goes by, Joanna. And beautiful and pale, not much like her. If only angels could prevail, we'd be the way we were, Joanna. Wake up, Joanna, another bright red day. We learn, Joanna, to say goodbye. I'll
What's all this hollering and shouting about?
Oh, sir, there's been a monstrous perversion of justice. A young woman as sane as you or I has been incarcerated there.
Is that a fact? Now what is this young person's name?
Joanna!
Joanna. That wouldn't by any chance be Judge Turpin.
He's the one. The devil incarnate who has done this to her.
You watch your tongue. That girl's as mad as the seven seas. I brought her here myself. So hop it.
You have no right to order me about.
No right, eh? You just hop it, or I'm booking you for disturbing of the peace, assailing an officer.
Is there no justice in this city? Are the officers of the law as vicious and corrupt as the masters? Joanna! Joanna!
After him! Get him! And bash him on the head if need be! That's the sort of scalawag that gets this neighborhood into disrepair.
Turned our eyes heavenward, sighing. I am alive, you are not. There's nothing like a nice sit down, is there, dear, after a hard day's work? 4 and 3pence, 4 and 11 pence. That makes £7, 9 shillings and 4 pence for this week. Not bad. That don't include what I had to pay out for my nice cheery wallpaper or the harmonium. And a real bargain it was, dear. It being only partly singed when the chapel burnt down. Mr. T, are you listening to me?
Of course.
Then what I say, eh?
There must be a way to the judge.
The bloody old judge, always harping on the bloody old judge. We got a respectable business now. Money coming in regular. And since we're careful to pick and choose strangers and such like what won't be missed, who's going to catch on? Oh, Mr. Todd, I'm so happy. I could eat you up, I really could. You know what I'd like to do, Mr. Todd? What a dream. If the business dies as good, where I'd really like to go in a year or so. Don't you want to know?
Of course.
Do you really want to know?
Yes, I do.
I've always had a dream, ever since I was a skinny little slip of a thing, and my rich Aunt Nettie used to take me to the seaside. August bank holiday, the pier, making little castles in the sand. Oh, I can still feel me toes wiggling around in the briny. By the sea, Mr. Todd, that's the life I covet. By the sea, Mr. Todd, ooh, I know you love it. You and me, Mr. T, we could be alone in a house what we'd almost own down by the sea. Wouldn't that be smashing? With the sea at our gate, we'll have kippers herring, bottom swell to a straight from the Strait of Bering every night in the kip. When we're through our kippers, I'll be there slipping off your slippers by the sea with the fishy splashing by the sea. Wouldn't that be smashing down by the sea?
Anything you say.
I can see us waking, the breakers breaking, the seagulls squawking. Ooh, ooh, I'll do me baking, then I am walking with you. You, I want me out on the esplanade, have tea and scones with me gay young blade. Then I'll knit a sweater while you write a letter, unless we got better to do.
Anything you say.
Think how snug it'll be underneath our flannel when it's just you and me and the English Channel in our cozy retreat. Kept all neat and tidy, we'll have chums over every Friday by the sea. Don't you love the weather? By the sea, we'll grow old together. By the seaside, ooh, ooh, for the beautiful sea. I can see us now in our bathing dresses. You in a nice rich navy, and me stripes perhaps. It'll stutter, I'll turn into butter the moment I mutter, I do. Fall asleep in our nest, we could share our clippers with the odd hired guest from the weekend trippers. Have a nice sunny suite for the guests to rest in. Now and then you could do the guest in by the sea. Very nice and proper by the sea. Bring along your topper to the seaside, ooh, ooh, by the beautiful sea. Come on, dear. How about a kiss? That was lovely. Now, Mr. T, you do love me just a little bit, don't you?
Of course.
Then how about it? Of course, there'd have to be a little trip to St. Swithin's to legalize things. But that wouldn't be too painful, would it?
I'll make them pay for what they did to Lucy.
Now, you listen here. It's high time you forgot all them morbid fancies. Your Lucy's gone, poor thing. It's your Nellie now. Here, have a nice bonbon. Here you go. You know, it's 17 years this Whitsun since me poor Albert passed on. I don't see why I shouldn't be married in white. Do you?
Mr. Todd, I found her.
You found Joanna?
Yes, that monster of a judge. He's had her locked away in a madhouse.
Where? Where?
Where no one could reach her in Mr. Fogg's asylum. Oh, Mr. Todd, he's locked away with those screeching, gibbering maniacs.
Madhouse. A madhouse? Joanna is as good as rescued.
She is?
Where do you suppose all the wig makers of London go to obtain their human hair?
Oh, no, dear. The morgue wouldn't be surprised.
Bedlam! They get their hair from the lunatics at Bedlam.
Oh, then you think...
Fogg's asylum, why not? But right about to say the hair off any madman's head.
And the scalp to go with it, too, if requested. Excuse me, gentlemen. I'm out.
Come. We'll write a letter offering to this Mr. Fogg the highest price for hair the exact shade of Joanna's, which I trust you know.
Yellow!
Not exact enough. I must turn you into a credible wig maker, and quickly. There's tawny, and there's golden saffron, there's flaxen, and there's blonde. Repeat that. Repeat that.
Yes, Mr. Todd.
Well?
There's tawny, and there's golden saffron, there's flaxen, and there's blonde.
Good. There's coarse and fine, there's straight and curly, there's gray, there's white, there's nice and pearly, there's tall and yellow, plum and ochre, and scarlet.
Sweeney waited too long before.
Ah, but never again, he swore.
Fortune arrived, Sweeney had sang. Sweeney was ready and Sweeney sprang.
Sweeney's problems went up in smoke, all resolved with a single stroke.
Sweeney was sharp, Sweeney was burning. Sweeney began, the engines turning. Sweeney was sharp by Sweeney was burning. Sweeney began, the engines turning. Sweeney, 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 Sweeney.
Fine, the texture's nice and fairer, the cakes in rare, the flaxen's rarer.
No, the
Yes,
flaxen's
and no
cheaper.
cheaper, not rarer.
Here's money. Here's the pistol. Or kill, if you must. Kill.
I'll kill a dozen jailers if need be to set her free.
Then off we walk. Then Anthony, listen to me once again. When you have rescued her, bring her back here. I shall go her while you hire the chaise to put her.
We shall be back before the evening is out.
Good.
Thank you, Mr. Todd. Friend.
Most honorable Judge Turpin. Most honorable. I venture thus to write you this
Urgent note to warn you that the hot-blooded young
sailor
Has abducted your ward, Joanna.
Joanna.
sold-out sign-up, Mum.
That's my boy. Look, dear, a lovely muffler. And guess who it's for?
Cool, Mum! For me?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, you're so good to me, Mum. Sometimes, when I think what it was like with Signor Pirelli, it's like the good Lord sent you for me.
It's just my warm heart, dear. Room enough there for all God's creatures.
You know, Mum, there's nothing I wouldn't do for you. If there was an ogre, or a monster, or something bad like that what was after you, I'd rip it apart with my bare fists, I would.
What a sweet child it is.
Or even if it was just a man.
A man, dear?
A man that was bad. And what might be luring you, all unbeknownst, into his evil deeds like.
What is this? What are you talking about?
Nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around.
Of course not, dear, and why should it?
Nothing's gonna harm you, no sir, not while I'm around.
What do you mean, a man?
Demons are prowling everywhere nowadays.
So they are, dear.
I'll send them howling, I don't care, I got ways.
Of course you do. What a sweet, affectionate child it is.
No one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare.
I know what Toby deserves.
Others can desert you, not to worry, whistle, I'll be there.
Here, dear, have a nice bonbon.
Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time, nothing can harm you, not while I'm around.
What is this foolishness? What are you talking about?
Little things, what I've been thinking and wondering about. It's him, you see, Mr. Todd. I know you fancy him, but men ain't like women. They ain't what you can trust, as I've lived and learned. Not to worry, I may not be smart, but I ain't dumb. I can do it, put me to it, show me something I can overcome. Not to worry, no. Being close and being clever ain't like being true. I don't need to, I would never hide a thing from you, like some.
Now, Toby, dear, haven't we had enough of this foolish chatter? Let's just sit here, nice and quiet for a bit. Here. Nice.
That's Signor Pirelli's purse!
What's that? What's that?
That proves it! What I've been thinking! It's his purse!
Silly boy, it's just a silly little something Mr. T gave me on my birthday.
Mr. Todd gave it to you! How did he get it? How did he get it?
Bought it, dear, in the pawn shop, dear. Come on now. Nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around. Nothing's gonna harm you, Toby, not while I'm around.
You don't understand. 2 quid was in it, 2 or 3. For governor giving up his purse with 2 quid. Not for a minute, don't you see? It was in Mr. Todd's parlour that the governor disappeared.
Boys and their fancies, what will we think of next? Here, dear, sit here by your Aunt Nellie and look at your lovely muffler. How warm it's gonna keep you as I straw in. And oh, it's so becoming on you.
Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time, nothing's gonna harm you, not while I'm around.
me right now of all moments. Because as I was sitting here with my needles, I was thinking, what a good boy Toby is. So hard-working, so obedient. And I thought, you know how you've always fancied coming into the bakehouse to help me with the pies?
Yes, Mum. Indeed, Mum, yes.
Well, how about it?
Oh, you mean it? I can help make 'em and bake 'em.
No time like the present, is there?
Cool. What a stink, ain't there?
Them steps go down to the old cellars, and whoo, the whips come up, love. God knows what's down there, so mouldy and dark. And there's always a couple of rats gone home to Jesus. Now the bake office is here.
They're big enough, ain't they?
Oh, hardly big enough to bake all the pies we sell. 10 dozen at a time. Always be sure to close the doors properly, like this. Now here's the grinder. You see, you pop the meat in, grind it, and it comes out here. You know the secret that makes the pie so sweet and tender? 3 times. You must put the meat through the grinder 3 times.
3 times, eh?
That's my boy. Oh, smoothly, smoothly. And as soon as we get a new batch of meat, we'll put you right to work.
Me making pies all on me own. Cool. Where you going, Mum?
Be back in a moment, dear.
Smoothly does it. Smoothly. Smoothly.
Mrs. Lovett!
Mr. Todd!
Mrs. Lovett!
Oh, Mr. Todd!
Sweet Polly Clark lay in the grass, turned her eyes heavenward, sighing. I am a lass who, alas, loves a lad, who, alas, has a lass in Canterbury. 'Tis a row-dow, diddle-dow-day, 'tis a row-dow, diddle-dow-day.
Oh, Evil Lambert! I didn't know you was a music lover, too.
Oh, good afternoon, Mrs. Lovett. Fine instrument you've acquired.
Yes, it's my pride and joy.
Yes, well, I hope you have a few moments, for I'm here today on official business.
Official?
That's right, ma'am. You see, there's been complaints.
Complaints?
Yes, about the stink from your chimney. They say at night it's something foul. Health regulations being my duty, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to let me take a look.
At the bakehouse.
That's right, ma'am.
But it's locked, and I don't have the key. It's Mr. Todd upstairs. He's got the key, but he isn't here right now.
When will he be back?
Oh, couldn't say for sure.
Oh, one of Mother's favorites.
If one bell rings in the Tower of Bray, ding dong, your true love will stay. Ding dong,
One bell today in the Tower of Bray. Ding dong.
What was that?
Just my boy, the lad that helps me with the pies.
Oh, surely he's in the bakehouse, isn't he?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. But you see, he's, well, simple in the head. Last week he ran off, and we found him 2 days later down by the embankment, half-starved, poor thing. So ever since then, we locks him in for his own security.
Well, then we'll have to wait for Mr. Todd, won't we?
but if 2 bells ring in the Tower of Bray, ding dong.
Oh, being a fellow music lover, man, why don't you raise your voice along with mine?
All right.
Ready?
Ding dong,
Ding dong.
your true love will stay. Ding dong,
Ding dong.
Two bells today in the Tower of Bray. Ding dong, ding dong.
but if 3 bells ring in the
Oh,
tower
yes, of
of
course.
Bray,
Mr. Todd's gone down to Wapping. Won't be back for hours. And he'll be ever so sorry to miss you. Why, just the other day, he was saying, if only the beadle would grace my tutorial parlour, I'd give him a most stylish haircut. The daintiest shave. All for nothing. So why don't you just drop in some other time and take advantage of his offer?
Well, that's very friendly of him. But if
4 bells ring in the tower of Bray.
How many bells are there?
12.
Ding dong,
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Then lovers must stray.
ding dong.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Oh, ready, Mr. T. Look who's here on some foolish business about the bakehouse or something. He wants the key. I told him you had it. But there's really no hurry, is there, sir? Why don't you run upstairs with Mr. Todd and let him fix you up nice and pretty? There'll be plenty of time for the bakehouse later.
Oh, well, Mr. Todd,
Do you pomade the hair? I simply love
a pomaded head.
Pomade, of course, and a nice facial rub with bay rum too. All for free.
Ew, I love that very kindly, sir.
I am, sir, entirely at your disposal.
Let's hope we can do it quietly. But just to be on the safe side, I'll provide a little musical accompaniment. Sweet Molly Plunkett, lying in the grass, turn her eyes heavenward, sighing.
Oh, an air. Black as a rook. Well, wait, Mrs. Lovett, sir. Some old black cow, probably. Oh. Cool. Bit of a fingernail. Clumsy.
Sweet Molly Plunkett, lying in the grass, turn her eyes heavenward, sighing.
It's done.
Not yet, it isn't. The boy, he's guessed.
Guess what?
About Pirelli. Since you weren't here, I had to lock him in the bakehouse. He's been yelling to wake the dead. We got to look after him.
But the judge is coming. I've arranged it.
You worrying about the judge at a time like this? Come on!
The engine roared, the motor hissed.
And who could see that the road would twist?
In Sweeney's ledger, the entries matched, the beetle a run and the beetle dispatched.
To satisfy the hungry god
Oh, Sweeney Todd,
the demon barber of fleet. Street.
Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Toby, where are you, lad?
Nothing's gonna harm
Toby,
not while I'm around.
Toby.
Where are you hiding? Nothing's gonna harm you, darling.
Nothing to be afraid of, boy.
Not while I'm around.
Toby.
Look around no good hiding, I saw you. Are you in there still, Beetle? Beetle, get up and watch it. She's a wicked one, she'll deceive you with her fancy gowns and her fancy airs and her mischief, devil work. Where are you, Beetle? City on fire, city on fire. I never woke up, city on fire. The sun is shining, flames on top, and the birds of giants drift on the ground. I'm crawling on the chimney, city on fire. Mr. Todd! No one here! Where is this Mr. Todd?
No matter, he'll return in a moment, for I trust him as I trust my right arm. But Joanna, you wait here with him, and I'll return in less than half an hour with the coach.
Oh, they are after us still! What if they should trace us here? Oh, Anthony, please let me come with you.
No, my darling, there's no safety for you on the street.
I trust in these sailor clothes. Who's to know it is I?
No, the risk is too great! Ah, miss, look at me, miss, look at me, please. Oh, favor me with your glance. Ah, miss, soon we'll be gone and sailing the seas, and happily wed in France. And we'll sail the world and see wonders, from the world to Spain, to the rubies of Tibet, and then come home to London someday. And I'll return before those lips have time to lose that smile.
Someone calling for the Beetle! I knew it!
be coming here again. Oh,
What are you doing here?
evil is here, sir. It stinks out evil from below.
Here, woman.
She's dead, my sir. Beware her. Beware her. She was no queen of us.
As I say,
Don't die. No, you mister.
attention, Mr. Todd, we have no time.
Where is she? Where is the girl? Below, Your Honor. In the care of my neighbor, Mrs. Lovett. Thank heavens the sailor did not molest her. Thank heavens, too, she's seen the error of her ways.
She has.
Oh, yes, sir. Your lesson was well learned, sir. She speaks only of you, longing for forgiveness.
And she shall have it. She'll be here soon, you say?
I think I hear her now.
Excellent, my friend.
Is that a lady's footstep on the stair?
I hear nothing.
Yes. Isn't that a shadow on the wall? There. Dipping, making herself even prettier than usually possible.
Pretty women.
Pretty women, yes.
Quickly, sir. A splash of bay rum.
Sit, sir. Sit.
Joanna.
Pretty women.
Hurry, man.
Pretty women, I'll wonder. Pretty women.
What we do for pretty women.
Blowing out there, candles are coming out there. Even when they leave, they still are there. There.
How seldom it is one meets a fellow spirit.
With fellow tastes, in women at least.
What's that?
Oh, sir, the years no doubt have changed me. But then I suppose the face of a barber, the face of a prisoner in the dock, is not particularly memorable.
Benjamin Barker!
Benjamin Toby! Irate! You! What are you doing here? Speak!
I saw the barbicide, so thinking to ask for a
When?
shave.
When did you come in?
Oh, sir, please, I beg of you, whatever I have seen, no man shall ever know. I swear it. Oh, please, sir,
A
please.
shave, eh? At your service.
Sir!
Whatever you may have seen, your cheeks are still as much in need of the razor as before. Sit, sir, sit.
Die! God in heaven! Die! You? Can it be? How all the demons of hell come to torment me! Quick, to the oven with you.
Why did you scream?
Oh,
Was Jocelyn still?
he was clutching, grabbing onto my dress, but now he's finished.
Ah. Leave them to me. Open the doors.
No!
Open the doors, I say!
No, don't touch her!
What's the matter with you, woman?
It's only some meddling old beggar. Oh, no! Oh, my God! Don't I know you, she said. You knew she lived. From the first moment that I walked into your shop. You knew my Lucy lived.
I was only thinking of you. You're Lucy, a crazy hag, picking bones and rotten spuds from alley ash cans. Would you have wanted to know that was all that was left of her?
You lied to me.
No, not lied at all. No, I never lied. Said she took the poison. She never said that she died. Poor thing, she lived, but it left a week in the head. She was just lying there in bed. Should have been in hospital, wound up in bed, love is dead. Poor thing, better you should think she was dead. Yes, I loved you. I'd be true, Lucy. I love you.
Mrs. Lovett, you're a bloody wonder, eminently practical and yet appropriate as always. As you've said repeatedly, there's little point in dwelling on the past. Don't come here, my love.
Everything I did, I swear I thought was only for the best.
Here, my love. Once dead is dead. The history of the world, my pet.
Oh, Mr. Todd, leave it to me.
Is learn forgiveness and try to forget.
Honestly, Mr. Todd, will become because he wants to see Mr. Todd when there's no one knows it.
And life is for the alive, my dear. So let's keep living it. Just keep living it. Living it. There was a barber and his wife, and she was beautiful. A foolish barber and his wife. She was his reason and his life, and she was beautiful, and she was virtuous, and he was naive. Lucy.
Mr. Todd. It's the old woman. You found her too, have you?
You shouldn't, you know. You shouldn't harm nobody. Razor. Razor. Catch. Watch me grind my corn. Pat him and prick him and rub him with pea and put him in the oven for baby and me. No, you will pardon me, gentlemen, but you may not enter here. Me mistress don't let no one enter here. For you see, sirs, there's work to be done. So much work. 3 times. 3 times. That's the secret for them to be tender and juicy. 3 times through the grinder. Smoothly. Smoothly. Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd. His skin was pale and his eye was odd.
He shaved the faces of gentlemen who never thereafter were heard of again.
He trod a path that few had trod. Did Sweeney Todd,
The demon barber of Fleet Street.
He kept a shop in London town, of fancy clients and good renown.
And what if none of their souls were saved? They went to their maker impeccably shaved.
My Sweeney Todd,
The demon barber of Fleet Street.
His room is bare. He hardly uses his fancy chair. The more he bleeds, the more he lives. He never forgets and he never forgives. Perhaps today you gave a nod to Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. Sweeney wishes the world away. Sweeney's weeping for yesterday, hugging the flame, waiting in years, hearing the music that nobody hears. Sweeney!
Nothing can hurt you. Isn't that Sweeney there beside you? Sweeney watches the world away. Sweeney looking for yesterday.
Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd.
Attend the tale of Sweeney Todd.
Serve the folk and a hungry God.
He served the folk and a hungry God.
To seek revenge may lead to hell.
But everyone does it, though seldom as well.
A Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street.
You're standing right here. Is that it? Okay. Well, what's up?
Hi, Mr. Gleek.
I know. All right. Oh, there she is.